What are some of the biggest issues I've ever had working with other photographers at the same time? So I mainly run into this at events when I'm not just the only one hired there, where there's maybe a couple different brands and companies attending a similar event and doing similar, coverage of the exact same thing. So I'm working with other photographers that are there. I mean, while I'm working, by myself, but other photographers that are being hired out and freelance for this are being there as well, being contracted. So there is a time, and it's, it doesn't really happen in wedding photography because you're in your own banquet halls. You're not really around other photographers unless you're kicked out to eat, which I would never let happen. But unless you're at some kind of like group portrait session or something, which also isn't that quite common, not including second shooters because you should be able to handle that. But I do see this, and I believe you're asking this maybe in regards to like the event photography that I'm talking about. And it's absolutely a give or take thing. And I do guess in regards to the same thing, it's working with, the videographer and photographer at a wedding, for the sake of things. And it's working together so you don't get in each other's shots, you're not in each other's way, you're not lighting someone a crappy way as you're trying to do something when you should be doing something. So I guess the biggest issue I've had was maybe a videographer, I'll even jump into that, at a wedding, was using really bright lights at times when I was supposed to be mainly just photos. He wasn't even supposed to be there, but he kept lighting them up like crap. And I had to tell him, like, yo, dude, I really need you to back off with the lighting. You can follow me afterwards. I understand you want to get the same moments, but this is photography time. And that's the way it had to go. And absolutely, he obliged to it. But it's a really give or take system. You have to work with someone because you both are doing the creative medium of something. And that way, you both need proper lighting for what they do. Video is very tough to light because you have a little less control. So they need different external lights, on-camera lights, LED lights, whatever, to get the look that they need and want for the situation. But you can absolutely work together as well. Sometimes flash photography is tough. You can use all these domes and different diffuse, whatever. If you have really high ceilings, especially at weddings, it's really tough to get something. So it'd be great to have an on-camera light. Or if the camera guy or the video guy has lights, it's great because it makes the ambient a little bit better. It makes the subjects look a little bit better. So it is definitely a give or take. But it can, relate to the DJs being in the way. It can relate to, the other photographers, just keep firing flash and really screwing up your shots because they're just rapidly going and hopefully killing the flash in the first hour of shooting the event that they're at. So it's really just talking it over with everyone. So I've had issues before, kind of like I was talking about, people being each other's way, trying to get the shot that they need. I guess, that's the thing that happens. But, if you usually talk with people, I mean, there are sort of stubborn jackasses out there, to be honestly. They're the older mindset, not necessarily saying an older person, but all depending on how they were taught of, well, I don't really care what you think. I'm getting what I need, so screw you type of thing. They're out there. I've experienced that once or twice, and it sucks. You got to deal with it. But if you really need the shot, you jump in front of them if they're being stubborn. And I'm not afraid to do that. I'm a big guy. You want to try and do something, you're talking to me here, okay? In reality, you just talk it over with other photographers, and that's how you learn things. That's how you get different insight onto things. That's how you set up the game plan for where you're going to be. But maybe you are an event for one company, and they hired out 6 different people. You guys aren't of the same mindset. You guys haven't worked together before. It's really important so that way you don't have issues. Where you're standing, what you're shooting, what lenses you're using, so that if you're going to be in someone's photo or not, or if you're in someone's way, because you can really mess things up if you're not part of the proper game plan. So that's where this question kind of comes back to you guys and girls as well. Write down in the comments, what was your biggest issue working with other photographers or even videographers at a shoot that you were doing? Have you ever had it to where you were in really bad situations because people were being stubborn, or did things work out the right way?